Guys, back to another video. In this video I'll be comparing the MacBook Pro here from 2021 with the M1, all that stuff, versus the old MacBook Air from early 2014. First thing is, since it's a MacBook Air, it is slightly tilted, so you can see this side here is thicker than the other one, whereas the MacBook Pro, it's basically flat, the whole thing. And let's do a little comparison. But this is much higher, taller than this one here on the back, but in the front it's opposite. So yeah, but it's much better typing when you have it slightly lower here. Another difference is the new MacBook Pro has the whole touchpad, as you can see on the top, versus the MacBook Air. So the MacBook Air has the physical keys. This one here, you can also get the physical keys. This was the escape is out, as the first one with the touchpad had the escape inside and the Touch ID connected. Now they separated both of them. Touch ID just for looks, but escape, because it was a digital version, most people didn't like it. They wanted a physical escape key. But if you're using an iPad, you don't get an escape key. You can see this Touch ID works quite well. The whole touchpad. If you like the regular buttons, you can always put that stuff. It's really customizable, and there's also like the sliders. It's quite nice. Let's go to customize this top touch bar. So it's quite easy. Just go to System Preferences, then just search in, and then here on the bottom you get this stuff. And then you basically go touch bar here, and then customize control strip, and then here you can have it, and it's quite cool because you can just drag and drop, and it's quite nice. We have Siri that you can remove if you want it. As you can see, you remove Siri, now you have Siri. You can add stuff and do whatever you want with it. So you can also change this one. You can add much more stuff, like let's say you want sleep, and you can remove stuff as well. And you can also customize it when it's closed and all. Yeah, it's Siri. Yeah, that's the default one, and it's quite nice. Yeah, you can do this. It's not like with Samsung S20, S8. They forced you to be friends with Bixby. They put a physical button that you couldn't get rid of for Bixby, and that's quite nice that you could actually remove the Siri button. That's basically for Siri now, but you can remove it. It's like the same thing with the power. Number one. Number two is you got speakers here on the sides. Here is you don't, but it's significantly smaller than the MacBook Pro, but way heavier, as you can see, and way heavier. Let's talk about ports. So on the left side here, you got USB-C, 2 USB-Cs for the MacBook Pro. It's Thunderbolt 3 also. That's quite nice. And then for the other one, the MacBook Air, you got the MagSafe, the original MagSafe. This is really cool. I really like it because it's as you can see, it's LEDs on both sides and it's magnets, and so it really sticks up there. If you don't know it, it's what you have on the iPhone 12, but better, way better. It just sticks up there. It gives you a little LED there. I really like it. I don't know why they removed the LED. If they put the USB-C with the LED though, it would be cool. But they don't have any LED, and it's really cool because most of the time I had it shut down, closed the lid when I was charging it, and you can just see it when it's red or green, and it's both sides, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's really nice detail, but they removed it. But and also the biggest thing is what's really made for is I know people that had accidents, that lost everything on the computer before the Dropbox and that was these stuff were invented. Basically, you have a cable lying around, and you walk on it, or someone else walks on it, and boom, your whole computer falls down with it. With MagSafe, it just clips off. You see, as you can just saw, it just slips off, and it sticks there really well. It stays there, charges. There's no like half thingy. That's really nicely built, and you just push it down like this. And you see it sticks back. If you just snap it off, it just falls off. Or if you pull it off, the computer won't fall down with the cable. That's one big thing about it. But also there's a USB port and headphone jack. You have to have this if you want USB on this one. Or there's some third-party ones that has all the different ports. On the other side, you have a headphone jack on the MacBook Pro. But you can always pay more and get 2 more Thunderbolts That's quite nice because you can charge from both sides. But this one here is the cheaper version, so I don't have it. I just have a headphone jack here. And the other one, you have an SD card. If you like SD card, just buy $40 SD card adapter from Apple. If you want to see this unboxing, it's quite nice. What do you get on a $40 dongle? Here, I'll just put it up there. Click on that. It will be quite cool. That video unboxing this in short time. So that's basically it. If you need a SD card here, and then you have another USB. So basically, to have all those accommodations, you have to have a bunch of adapters, and then you have this. And so let's do a little speed test. So let's open Safari. Get Safari here. In 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's like way slower. If you were wondering, that was just Command W. And let's try Chrome. 3, 2, 1. As you can see, there's a big difference. Yeah, so it's much slower. As you can see, all the apps here are completely reinvented. It's all like, yeah, the apps are like, most of them are all like iPhone side designed apps, or you have, I don't know why, yeah, the Google ones are different, and yeah, the Google ones are different. That's just weird. This one here, you have all kinds of shapes app. It's like the app without the shape around it. That's a good thing or a bad thing. That really did the difference between watchOS with the round apps, like or Oxygen OS on OnePlus, and then the rectangle square apps on the iPads, on iOS and iPadOS. And then on MacOS, all these weird shapes apps. But now they're all basically getting the same, except for watchOS. watchOS, I don't know about the watchOS 8 that just came out. I don't have an Apple Watch. I have a Samsung Watch, so I don't really know about that. Plus, paying $300 for a watch is a bit over the top. Another thing is keyboard. So they went thinner with the first one with the touchpad, the escape key, and the keyboard also was thinner, and now it's back thicker. But it's still thinner than this one here. But it is, I like it. But I also like the thin one, but it's easier to type with the thicker one. This thin one's quite hard to get. You would use more force than you would need it, and yeah. And also had braking issues and didn't perform so well. And also the arrow keys here were much bigger to have no more of these little gaps here. But they went back from that to that thingy where I just explained, and then back. So they went back a few times. The problem with this touchpad here is every time you kind of lay your hand like you would always do, since it's a touchpad, with a keyboard you just lay your hands, nothing happens, right? You have to use a little force to actually type it, right? Whereas on the touchpad, you just lay your hands and then you just accidentally just play with the switches. Or the worst is I always do it here and then just have Siri, and then Siri starts saying, hello, do you need help? No, I don't need help, Siri. And you can also use it for stuff like this. It's quite useful, the touchpad. And also it works really, really, really well with Safari. So if you have this Mac, I highly suggest using Safari. Since now Apple just updated the Safari, so it looks even more neater. So you can have all these stuff here, and then you can let's just go on apple.com. Which is not apple.com. Where's iCloud? Yeah, you can sign in. It's quite nice. So I think that's basically it. Other than the thinner bezels, the bezels are square. But there's also new software, so if you slide 2 fingers here, you get these widgets that are exactly the same on iOS and iPadOS, just like the apps. They're really making it all the same. Whereas this one here, do it, it's like the old-fashioned one. And another thing with the touchpad, it's significantly smoother, feels better. You don't need as much force, it's lighter than this old one here. This old one here, you can even see it doesn't look close. And it's just way bigger. Just look at it. It's just so much bigger. It just hits the rims. This one here, it's just like, oh, yeah. something has more space, you know. But the good thing with having a small trackpad is when you're typing, it's nicer to have your hand not on the trackpad. But if you have this MacBook Air, definitely you should upgrade to the new ones. Or this is the MacBook Air with M1. That's also quite nice. Touchpad is not really important. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And subscribe, please subscribe, like, and share this. Share would be amazing. Just it doesn't really hurt to hit the subscribe button. Just hit it. Just makes me happy, and it doesn't hurt that much. So just click it. It's not gonna you're not gonna pay anything. There's no money donation or anything. It's just one tap. That's all that is. But basically, yes, and that is it. Thank you for watching, and bye.